All right. Thank you for joining our little info session on myths versus facts for registering for class, making sure that we are all prepared for our next term. So to prepare for next term, the first thing we got to do is actually know how to register. Now, these steps to registration assume that you know or you are already applied to Delgado Community College. If you have not yet applied to Delgado Community College, make sure you go ahead and do that right now. The application is free and online. Once you apply and are accepted, then we can start these steps. So first step for registering for any semester is always to speak with your advisor. That is me. Please send an email to cmin@dcc.edu. That is C as in cat, M as in man, I as in info, and N as in network, and include the subject advising to make sure that it gets routed to the right place. You should also always include your Lola ID number. If you do not know it, you can look it up in Lola yourself, or you will have received an email with your Lola ID number. Either way, please include it. It makes the process very much easier. First thing is always to speak with your advisor. I am here to be able to help you figure out what courses to take next, in what order, and how the classes will relate to your specific schedule and scheduling needs. Everyone is different. Everyone comes in with different skills, needs, courses, etc. And so it is always important to talk with me and make sure that you've got what you need. And you get where you need to go. We can always schedule a virtual or in-person meeting as well. But first step is to reach out via email to speak with me. The next step is to plan with your advisor what classes to take for next semester and beyond. Again, that can be over email, it can be a phone call, it can be a virtual or in-person advising appointment. But either way, we got to plan what to take next. If you are someone who's already planned out a lot of stuff, you've probably talked to me before, just sending in a check-in to say, hey, here's what I'm looking to take. This all good is very useful as well. Just some sort of check-in, making sure that you are on the right track. And then the final step is to actually register for your classes. You always want to register early so you have first pick of your class day, your time, and format. Right now, we have 3 different formats for your computer information technology courses. They are in-person lecture classes, which is your traditional college class. You come to campus, you go to a specific building and a specific room number, a specific date, and a specific time. You sit in class with your teacher, socially distanced, and you hold class physically at school. The second type of class option is a virtual course. It is a hybrid model. If you look it up in Lola, it will say hybrid 50% or less, and it will say DCC online as your campus. It also has a section number of V as in victory. It will also list a meeting day and time, but what it will not show is a building or physical campus. There will be no building listed, no room number, no physical campus like City Park or West Bank. It will just say DCC online as the campus. That is because it is a virtual class. Class is held over Zoom or Microsoft Teams in the virtual space. You will log on at the specific date and a specific time and have class with your instructor. You will then, conduct assignments and homework and other things using our learning management system, Canvas. That is how the virtual classes operate. And the final format that we mainly offer is the online course. It will say web as opposed to lecture or hybrid. It will say the campus of DCC online. It will contain a W in the section number, as in winning, and it will have no class date, no class time, no class building or room number. You will not see a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday highlighted in Lola. It will have no meeting time or date. That is your traditional online class. You meet asynchronously, meaning you don't really meet at all. You will, do all of your homework and assignments using the learning management system of Canvas, and a lot of your time management will be up to you. So those are the 3 different formats that we do offer. So now I want to go into some myths about registering. So now we know the steps to register, but there are some myths and facts when it comes to registering. A lot of people bring a couple of misconceptions or preconceptions to registering for your fall or spring semesters. So the first myth is the idea that I, a student, need to wait until I get my final grades in order to register for next term. Makes sense, but it is actually false. The fact is you do not need to wait. You should talk to your advisor, that's me, to determine what classes to take, and then go ahead and register online. Again, registration is done through Lola, and The registrar's office provides a self-service reference guide for you. Only in the very rarest of cases, potentially academic suspension, would a student possibly need to wait until after final grades are due. In that case, there's usually a hold on how many hours you can take, or if you can, like how many hours you can take, or what is needed next semester. And in that case, you can still plan with me what to take, even if you cannot yet register for it. But generally, for most students, you do not need to wait until your final grades are in to begin registering for the next semester. You can go ahead and start now. In fact, it is highly recommended that you do that. Myth number 2 is the myth of, if I, a student, do not pass my classes this term, then I will be registered for the wrong classes next term. The fact is, if you do not pass any prerequisite courses for a class that you have registered for next term, you will automatically be dropped. And even if you weren't, you could go in and drop yourself. So it is always good for you to get registered right now so that you can get your seat for the class that you assume that you will need, rather than hold off on adding until you hit your final grades and oh, I've passed the prerequisite, and then hoping that a seat is still open and available for you to add later. So always, always, always register early, register fast, get what you have planned with me that you need, rather than just waiting and hoping that a thing will be open later down the line. If you can add it, add it. Myth number 3, I, a student, have to wait until I know what my work schedule and or my family schedule will be next semester before I make my class schedule. While I understand, we all have our responsibilities to our family, to our jobs, to many other things in life, to our own selves. The reality is that the longer that you wait to register for classes, the less options that you will have. Right? If you are an online student, your ideal is the online class. You do everything at your own pace because you work 2 jobs and you have a family to take care of. The longer that you wait to add that class, the less chance that you are going to have that seat available for you to register for anyway. You are always able to switch your classes, and often I can work with you to find solutions to any scheduling conflicts you may have. But if you wait, it's less chance and less opportunity for me to help you out. So you should make a plan now and register now, rather than wait until the day before school starts to say, oh, I know my work schedule now, I can start planning out my classes, because by then it may be too late for you to get the class that would actually work for your schedule best. And myth number 4, not every class has a listed instructor, so I, as a student, can't register yet because I need to wait for my favorite instructor's schedule to go up. Well, I understand everyone has favorite teachers and everyone has teachers maybe they aren't as wild about. The fact is that instructor schedule changes are common and unavoidable. And in reality, they can often occur up to the first week of class. And even beyond that, life happens, emergencies happen. Sometimes instructors get pulled away due to family emergencies and someone else has to step in and substitute for them. So rather than scheduling based on your favorite instructor, you should schedule based on your degree plan and based on your schedule needs. Your favorite instructor might teach a course that absolutely does not work for your schedule. It would be better for you to choose what works for your schedule and what works for your needs than just, I like this teacher. So finally, there's some myths and some facts about registering, but as always, questions come up, issues arise. And so please make sure that you speak up and ask for help if you need it. Your advisor's here to help you. I am here to help you. Your instructors are here to help you. Please, please, please reach out to cmin@dcc.edu and use the subject advising to get directly in touch. If it's not me, it will be somebody else who can help you and make sure that you're on the right path. And always, whenever you communicate with myself as your advisor, with the department chair, with your instructors, or with anyone here at Delgado, always include your Lola ID number on any email correspondence, and also include your name so we know who you are and how we can best help you. The less that you include, the harder it is for us to help you. So please include your name and the Lola ID number in any correspondence. Again, how to contact me, you can contact me using the email address cmin@dcc.edu, and again, use your little ID number. And then finally, if you need a specific class, especially for our graduating students who may have very specific course needs. If there is something for your major, either a CMIN or ADOT class that you absolutely need that is not available, I invite you to fill out our waitlist. It is there at the link rebrand.ly /CMIN waitlist. There is no guarantee that filling out the waitlist will get you the class that you ask for. However, if there are enough students who need a class, want a class, request a class, and it makes sense for the department chair to then offer the class, we will do what we can to offer it for you. So, make sure that you make yourself heard. Don't just email myself or your instructors to say, I want this class. Please fill out this waitlist form so that we can actually have you on record as someone needing that class. This will help us help you. And that is Myths and Facts about registering for class.